What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to a transfer talk stream. Andy, hope you are doing well. Good to see you on when you come on. That's good to see you as well, Andy. Hope you're doing good. Pedro, very interesting a buy, but say 1.5 million in the bank to get him out when he gets injured if his price is 7 million ish. Okay, so the title of the video is Joe Pedro a trap, and will Gyokeres succeed? So we'll be talking about that and some other transfers as well. Let's actually get straight into the title because we're not here for clickbait or anything. Joe Pedro. So Chelsea, this is probably going to be Chelsea's preseason basically. I don't think we're going to see any preseason games, so we had to take whatever knowledge we get from Chelsea based on what they've done on the Club World Cup. Obviously scored two bangers in the semi-finals of the Club World Cup against Fluminense. Um, he started, played about 60 minutes to score two goals. One from outside the box looked like a cracker. Second one, not top pins, but hit the top bar of the goal for the second goal, which was also pretty good, to be honest. Now, the reason I've asked, is he a trap? Because not only do Chelsea have Joe Pedro, who can play the striker role, they also have Nicholas Jackson and Liam Delap as well. We've also got situations where obviously Nkunku now was played on a right side, probably could potentially be played there in the future. We don't know. We actually don't know what Nkunku's situation is going to be like. Obviously, Madueke has been linked with a move away from Chelsea to Arsenal, and Madueke used to play that right wing spot. So, is that a possibility that Nkunku potentially fits into that? Hard to tell. Chelsea do have a lot of attackers, so we'll have to wait and see. But Joe Pedro, Jackson, Liam Delap, three forwards. They're going to be rotation. Probably going to be rotation. We have to keep in mind as well that Liam Delap was, I believe, suspended for this game because of the yellow card he got from the last game. So he was suspended. Jackson was obviously suspended for the games before that because of his red card sending off, which means he was able to come back from this. So Joe Pedro had the opportunity to start because of that. Now, when the season kicks off, obviously Chelsea have a really good set of fixtures to start off with: Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, United, Brighton. An opening six that looks pretty decent, and only Liverpool being the tough one in there, followed by Forest and then Sunderland as well. So like Chelsea's run, I would say at least until game week 12, you're probably looking at Liverpool and probably Forest at this moment as the two tougher games for Chelsea in that opening 12. So, would a Joao Pedro interest you? Would the rotation risk be a problem? Now, this is something that obviously I think when we did the post season end video, we obviously rotation minutes, that's an issue to consider. Will rotation hit players? Obviously, here he got subbed off at the 60th minute. You guys can't see it, right? Let me put Nkunku first and then load. Here he got subbed off at like the 60th minute. So before 60 minutes, if he gets subbed off, bit of a problem, right? You don't even get 2 points for appearances. You get only 1 point if he has not scored by then. So that is obviously something for us to consider. Now, what price will he come at as well? I mean, like Andy said, he could potentially come in at like this 7 million price range. I won't be surprised if that actually did happen. But does that make him a really good pick? Or is Palmer just the only one to pick from Chelsea? That's the other question. Nkunku is not a pick. Neto is a good pick maybe next season. Yeah, could be depending on the price he comes at. Pedro for 60 minutes last season is better than most 90 minutes forwards. Nkunku was poor last night in the Club World Cup. So then that means Nkunku's spot is probably not. He in general is probably not an FPL option in this, because he doesn't have pens. Minutes are not that secured as well, so probably not worth it. So it's Joe Pedro, Jackson, Liam Delap. There's going to be rotation amongst all of these players as well. So something kind of we need to keep an eye out for, something we need to consider as well. Palmer is picking up, yes. Now Palmer could be the one straight into that um, Chelsea lineup. Now Palmer could potentially come in at about 10.5. I think in here on FPL.team he's priced at like 10 million. He could come in at like 10.5 million. I won't be surprised. Even 9.5 million. 9.5 might be actually a bit too cheap for Palmer. He might come at like 10.5. And then you run up into the situation of like you get into the problem of how do you fit certain players in, because Palmer, Chelsea, good lineup to start, like good set of fixtures. City's fixtures are interesting, not as easy, but Haaland is still a threat. And then there's Liverpool, who probably don't have a very easy start per se. Bournemouth might be a bit more easy because Bournemouth have lost a few players. Newcastle and Arsenal after that, that will be a bit more trickier. Um, this is where the question of, how do you fit? Do you start with Haaland and Salah and just not get Palmer, or do you just get Palmer and Haaland and not get Salah? So these are something that we'll have to discuss. There is a high chance that I still believe probably the game gets released next week. I don't know exactly when. Might be the start of next week. Somewhere the start of next week, game could come live. We will have to be prepared for that. And if it does go live, we'll do a live stream on the day it goes live. But the game could be live next week. We might potentially be looking to get a few price reveals this week, potentially, maybe. Because I'm expecting the game to go live after the Club World Cup is done. So we might get a few price releases sometime this week. There are rumors going that it could be like even from tomorrow onwards. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we don't know, but we could start looking to see getting like some price releases this week. We'll react to that. I'll react to that obviously on YouTube. I'll put it on the YouTube community for you guys. Anyone who's following me on Instagram as well, we'll put it on Instagram as well. So we'll react to the prices, see how they come in, what type of like the premium players, what type of prices they come in at, and kind of have a decision then when the game releases what type of premium assets we should take to buy and what gems we can find. Obviously, I know Andy will definitely be looking into the gem market in terms of which options that are affordable and are hidden gems that you can try and get into your squad. But yeah, so is Joao Pedro a trap? With Chelsea probably not going to be having any preseason games. After this, I don't think they'll have. They might have one, maybe potentially. Is any actually scheduled? We can actually have a look if they've got any schedule. I don't think they have anything scheduled at the moment. Actually, they do have one. They have one scheduled against Bayer Leverkusen. And one against AC Milan. So we might potentially see something potentially from Chelsea. But take what we see right now as like some of their options. So that would mean at this moment, at least, I think Palmer might be someone that I might look to have in a game week 1 draft. After that, I'm not really sure which Chelsea player I would exactly want. Enzo obviously has been doing pretty decently as well. Got an assist in the game. I know there's a lot of love for Enzo on this channel from the subscribers. So he could potentially be a cheaper option into Chelsea's attack. Depending on what type of price he does come in at. Someone else that I think should be considered is Cucurella. So Cucurella and Enzo definitely both to watch. Cucurella will be a very interesting price. This guy is so attacking that he might be worth it as a Chelsea defender to try and get in. Again, look at his heat map. Those attacking spots pretty well. He might come in at like 5.5. Don't be surprised if he comes in at like 5.5 minimum in the game. So he's one to keep an eye out for as well. Also, it seems like Petrovic from Chelsea has been linked with a move to Bournemouth. It seems like they are looking to buy him as Kepa obviously has joined Arsenal. So Chelsea are looking at getting Petrovic. Sorry, Bournemouth are looking at getting Petrovic after Kepa has left. And even though Neto is back at Bournemouth, they probably don't consider him as. Liverpool Chelsea games have goals after the club. Sunderland attacking defenders picks at the right price. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what prices they come at and like which ones to consider. Obviously, go and check out the promoted teams video I did, looking at 3 players from each of the promoted teams that you can look to target. Go and check that video. That video is obviously on the channel as well. I'll probably put it somewhere here, maybe later after this stream is done, so you will see like a pop-up come up around this point here. Enzo in and out with fixtures in mind. He plays a bit deeper than other Chelsea players. Yeah, that's the only thing to kind of consider. He does play a bit deeper, which means it doesn't always get that necessary attacking returns. Obviously, another one that the Chelsea will be signing is Estavo. Not from this game that they played, the last game that they played, where he scored a goal as well for Palmeiras. So he's also another attacking player that Chelsea are signing. Whether he'll start immediately, I don't know. He'd score a goal, obviously, but kind of want to keep an eye out for once he's in the Chelsea. We don't have to jump on him right now. Let's see whether this guy gets into the team, not or comes off like from the bench and all. So another player to kind of keep an eye out for. Now, from Chelsea, obviously I mentioned Arsenal signing Kepa. Arsenal have been linked with a move for. Where is it? Arsenal have been linked with a move for Victor Gyokeres. It seems like Gyokeres is most likely now going to be joining Arsenal. Now, will he succeed at Arsenal? Probably will get quite a number of goals. Question I'm going to ask you is, would you buy? Okay, first of all, what price do you think Gyokeres would come in at if he joins Arsenal? Me, I think somewhere about, I think around 9 to 9.5 million would probably be a fair price. Now, would you buy Gyokeres for your team? It obviously depends on how he does in preseason. But would you buy Gyokeres for your team if he comes in at about 9 to 9.5 million? And would you be put off Saka if Gyokeres does join Arsenal? Because is there a possibility, we don't know, right? Is there, because Gyokeres used to take pens for Sporting. Is there a possibility that Gyokeres will be the striker that now takes pens for Arsenal? And would Saka lose his spot from pens? That's something to kind of consider. So would that put you off Saka as well is a question. And would Arsenal defense be the only options that we look at? Or is there value if Gyokeres comes in at like 9 to 9.5? Now, Arsenal's fixtures, though, to start off, aren't as. They got United, Leeds. Leeds in Game Week 2 is a really good fixture to face. Then they got Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle. So maybe there is a kind of a case to be made where you can kind of wait on Arsenal attack, not have to jump on them immediately. But if Saka obviously has pens, he'll be a significantly high captaincy choice for Game Week 2, the Leeds fixture at home. If Gyokeres starts well against United, playing against his former coach in Ruben Amorim, he might be a hot topic as well for Game Week 2 against Leeds. But after that, obviously, Arsenal's fixtures get a bit more harder. I think he's the perfect fit, but Watkins would suit him better, but he's 29. No Saka, all the free kick now. He's got someone to aim at if he comes. Saka, if fit, will be a very good pick. That's the other thing. The last time Saka played a full 90 minutes, I don't remember when the last time he played a full 90 minutes in the Premier League for Arsenal was. So we'll have to see his fitness as well. The Watkins and Gyokeres, I think the age is not too far off, right? Yeah, Gyokeres is what, 27 or something? Not too far off from Watkins as well. And they're both like more in the peak of their career at this moment, the two of them. So would that put you off Saka? That's another question as well to ask. Gyokeres was to come in at about 9 to 9.5 million, or do you think he'll come for more cheaper than that, or do you think he'll come at a more expensive price than that as well? That's another question for you guys as well. I think he will get goals. Now, obviously, add to this, Arsenal are also looking at Madueke, in terms of potentially looking at signing him from Chelsea. They obviously got Zubamendi. Looks like Christian Nogard is also going to be done. That's also almost done. They have also considered, you can see here, Eze as an option. Now, Eze, Madueke, one of them come in. That's another attacking option to kind of look at, keep an eye out for. That could be a very interesting option as well. So definitely want to consider. Newcastle, on the other hand, they look like they're going to be buying Anthony Elanga for 55 million. Seems like that move is almost done. Um, which means Elanga probably on the right wing, Gordon on the left, with Isaac up front. Obviously, Callum Wilson has now left Newcastle, which means we don't have to worry too much. Callum Wilson versus Isaac rotation. Sometimes when both strikers are fit, for now Isaac should be good first choice, no problem. It was anyways first choice, but sometimes as FPL you want him to have a lot of minutes, so that shouldn't be an issue. But it seems like Newcastle are obviously on the hunt after letting go of Callum Wilson for another striker, like a backup striker. They might sign Grealish if not already. Who is this? Is this Aston Villa or Newcastle? Who are we talking about signing Grealish? Saka, Palmer, Haaland, Salah, Haaland out for the new Ghana signing arrives, then Iffy Banks. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. That's the thing. Depends on what price Gyokeres comes in at. If Gyokeres is signing, it shouldn't matter anyways because he's a new player. Yeah, so I think I was just expecting like what his price would be at. Newcastle? Oh, Newcastle for Grealish. That'll be very interesting. That if that does happen, then that raises questions on Anthony Gordon and his minutes as well. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Apart from that, obviously Newcastle are looking at James Trafford. I think that's probably as a backup for Nick Pope because Nick Pope, just in case if he gets injuries and whatnot, I think Nick Pope should still be number one choice. But we're probably not going to be buying a Newcastle goalkeeper. We probably might prefer their defenders over the goalkeeper, like the likes of a Livramento would be way more appealing. Lewis Hall could be appealing as well. Another deal that I saw was Luis Diaz has been linked with a move to Bayern Munich. So with Luis Diaz linked to Bayern, that obviously leaves a space for Wirtz to kind of fill in, which means Wirtz could probably take the spot. FPL Cortex, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, mate. I am indeed. Hope you're doing well as well. How is the break from FPL and everything going? Look, are you looking forward to it? I think the game probably might release next week. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But hope you're doing well. So yeah, Luis Diaz linked with the move to Bayern, which could obviously then Wirtz probably can easily slot into that position because we've been wondering where exactly Florian Wirtz is going to play, whether he's going to be playing as part of a midfield three or the front three. Those are kind of questions that kind of still remain. Liverpool are obviously still linked or still looking potentially maybe for a striker if Darwin Núñez was to go to Napoli. With Napoli looking to offload Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. So Osimhen going to Galatasaray, which means they can now look to purchase a striker if they wanted to. Darwin Núñez is probably linked with that move. So there are a few dominoes that need to fall for other signings to also happen. Wirtz is a very good left wing forward. If he's a midfield, then he's definitely a buy in FPL. Depends on what price he comes at. I still believe Salah is the talisman for Liverpool. But if Wirtz can offer better value in terms of points return compared to Salah, then that definitely raises a question. Similar to how like Marmoush at this moment you could say is offering better value in terms of points return over Haaland. Wirtz does the same thing, then it raises a very interesting discussion. Brian Embuemo seems like he is, I don't know, the move for Manchester United. United seem to be unable to come to a price decision with Brentford, so we don't know what exactly is going to happen with that move. That's still in talks. We'll have to wait and see whether that happens or not. Kudus looks like he is in talks with Spurs to join Spurs. That'll be a very interesting signing, obviously, if Kudus does join. He probably could take like that number 10 with maybe Brennan Johnson on the right. I think Son is kind of done. Even if he stays, he's probably just going to be off the bench and all. So that left wing spot is a bit more open. With Solanke for now up front, but who knows? We'll have to see. Germans can take time adjusting to the Premier unless you were Klinsmann forward in the 1990s. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how. Obviously, some of the recent Germans haven't been doing too well at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know. Sancho, thank God, leave. There are rumors apparently that Juventus and United could be looking at a swap deal for Vlahovic and Sancho. United are struggling. They're shopping at the Temu market at this moment, because of no money. They're shopping at Temu. But sometimes there are bargains to be had in Temu. Sometimes you also get the wrong item that you ordered from Temu. So you never know. You go, you look at the description on Temu, you go, this is exactly what I want. But when you buy it, something else turns up. So sometimes you hit gold, sometimes you just wish you didn't buy from Temu. So you never know what's going to happen, but that's kind of where Manchester United are shopping right now. So we'll have to wait and see in terms of that. In terms of other news, obviously I mentioned Kyle Walker. He's joined Burnley. That's a very interesting thing to kind of keep an eye out for. Looks like Southampton have confirmed another striker signing. So we'll see what price he comes in at. From FC Cone, Damian Downs. Let's have a look, shall we? For the player. So Damian Downs, he played 29 games in the Bundesliga, scored 10 goals and 3 assists. This is Bundesliga 2 as well, not Bundesliga 2, I should say. So 29 games, 10 goals, 3 assists. Too bad, to be honest. Might not translate exactly to the Premier League, but we'll wait and see. Rush, look who joined in. Rush, welcome. Just joined in, and first thing I hear is United and Temu purchases. Yes, we are shopping at Temu because that's where our striker market is. We're looking at the likes of Jamie Vardy, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. This is Temu shopping. Even though it's Prime Day, Amazon Prime Day deals are on, we still don't have, there's no value there in the Prime Day deals. So we're looking for even more value at the basement shopping. But Rush, welcome. Hope you like the new graphics. And obviously looking forward to having you back on the pod when we start podcasting back later. So back to the transfers. We mentioned Joao Pedro. Do you think Joao Pedro is a trap, or with Chelsea having so many strikers, like they've got Delap? This is for Cortex and Rush as well, and anyone who joined recently. We're just talking about Joao Pedro. Is he a trap? Would you look to purchase him, or is Palmer the only one from Chelsea's attack that you'd probably want, because they've got Delap, Jackson, Joao Pedro, all three can play the striker spot. Obviously Correa as an attacking defender is definitely one to consider. From Arsenal's point of view, obviously they're looking at signing Victor Gyokeres. So would that mean that would that put you off Saka if Gyokeres was to take penalties? Or would you be looking to buy Gyokeres for your team if he was to come in at about 9 to 9.5 million? Looks cool, can't wait for it. Yes. So those are some of the questions that we kind of had to wait and see. We'll have to see what prices they come in. Arsenal's preseason. I wonder when Arsenal's preseason exactly kicks off. So a lot of teams are in preseason training already. But in terms of preseason games, Arsenal have won against AC Milan on the 23rd. So we're basically looking at, like, in 2 weeks' time, we'll start to see preseason games kicking off. And then we will obviously analyze the results from that and see what we can learn based off that. Neto, Palmer, best attacking pick, Chelsea. Maybe Saka. Maybe Saka and him, the latter, 14 forward. So Gyokeres and Saka from Arsenal, potentially. Obviously, Arsenal's defense will be up there as well. In terms of other transfer news, I did mention the Bournemouth looking to get Chelsea goalkeeper Petrovic. Looks like it's up here on Sky Sports as well. 30 minutes ago. Rashford back at United, but training away from first team. Yeah, not too surprised. Elanga moving to Newcastle. We mentioned anything else that's new. That's some of the main ones in terms of moves. So we'll have to wait and see any other transfers that happen later down the line in the upcoming few days. There might be more stuff. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think I've covered some of the transfers that I wanted to see. Um, I'll have a look into who Sunderland have signed as their new signings, because Sunderland, obviously their opening set of fixtures are okay. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'll have a look at some of their new signings, see whether we can find value from those new signings. Check out Villa, who they might sign, who Aston Villa linked with. Where's my transfer video? Do we have Aston Villa here? I'll have to Google search Aston Villa transfer rumors. Aston Villa 40 million Grealish update as Villa agreement reached. Ooh. Oh. Do you think Aston Villa will get Grealish back? Do they have the cash? Sunderland with their fans have a 12, fair enough. Me Martinez could now stay at Aston Villa. Not too surprising. Inside news reliable. Who is inside Aston Villa news? Who is the Aston Villa inside news? Look at this transfer feed. Newcastle United are considering transfer for Ollie Watkins. Oh, I don't know if this is like a absolutely. I need to find like sources that are actually going to give you like proper. Oh, Aston Villa Fluminense player, young guy. Who is it? Who is the Fluminense transfer? Ferran Torres? No. Which Fluminense player are Aston Villa linked with? Let me bring Fluminense up, obviously. Do we know which one? Can't remember the guy. German Kano. Okay, I think if I find it out, I'll have a look. I'll be back. Okay, okay. Let me know what his actual name, what his name was going to be. Yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see in terms of transfer news. That is basically what we have at the moment. Brian Mbeumo. We kind of have to wait and see. That deal is still pending. I think before Manchester United go to the States, they're potentially trying to get that deal done before they go to the States. So that is one thing to kind of keep an eye out for. Here we go. Everton are interested in signing Bournemouth goalkeeper Mark Travers. That's probably as a backup. Do we have Aston Villa news here? Nope. No Aston Villa news here. Can't really find any at the moment. Arsenal expected to return with improved bid for Mascarella. Oh, interesting. Arsenal are signing a few more defenders as backups, I guess. That's probably. Areas. Where I can't find his name. Maybe I'll search for it. John Arias. So, John Arias. 6 games in the Club World Cup, 1 goal, 1 assist, 7.67 maturity. Not too bad. In the Brazilian League, 11 games, 1 goal, 4 assists. How old is the lad? He's 27 years old. What's position though? Right winger. Interesting. Right winger. Well, the numbers don't seem too prolific. We'll have to wait and see how he does in the Premier League. Match ratings are not too bad though. I should give him that. The match ratings are not too bad. So definitely one to kind of keep an eye out for. Actually, the best way to find a kind of scout him would be FPRef. Good passes attempted and passes completed. From in terms of goals and assist, that is a bit low. That is something we kind of have to see what he'll bring. But then Unai Emery is a good manager that he probably could find. He'll probably find a way to get the best out of him. He will be cheap. That probably yes, that's probably true. Players similar, Wilfred Zaha. Okay, one player to kind of keep an eye out for. But from the numbers, it doesn't look too. I don't think we'll be thinking about him as an FPL option though. If Watkins stays, Watkins and Morgan Rogers are still probably Vill's main FPL options at the moment. But we'll have to have a see. We'll have to look. We need a right back. Yeah, Matty Cash is probably not going to be always playing right back for Aston Villa, so probably might need another right back. But we'll have to see who they get. Cool. One, we'll have a look. We'll keep an eye out for that. In terms of other transfer news, that's Napoli to make Nunes' decision after Osimhen sell. I just mentioned that obviously once a few dominoes move after Napoli have sold Victor Osimhen, they'll have more money. They'll probably look to make a few forward signings. If Nunes goes to Napoli, then the question arises from Liverpool's side as to who they would look to sign in for a striker. Or what striker are they looking for? Obviously, Etiquette. He's been linked with a lot of teams as well, so we'll see. Definitely one to kind of keep an eye out for. Napoli would likely move for a cheaper winger if they went after Nunes with Dan Ndoye after at Bologna, one of their targets. Okay. Rogers will be too expensive. Watkins, I'd say definitely a pick will be a little cheap, I think. How much? Rogers, what? 7.5 million? I think Rogers still at that price might not be a bad deal. At that price, he might not be a bad deal. We'll see. Depends on how Aston Villa start. That's the other thing. Aston Villa's opening fixtures are not too bad as well. Newcastle, tough, but then after that, Brentford, Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley, pretty good, interesting run of fixtures as well. So I think Aston Villa not too bad to start off with. So we'll see. We'll see how they do. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to cover for today. We'll have to see how they do. We'll be doing another stream. So next week, if the game goes live, I don't know what day it's going to go live. Whenever it goes live, we'll do a live stream straight away. Well, not straight away. If it goes live at a time that I'm working or not at home, then obviously can't wait. But we'll do a live stream on the day it goes live. So that's one stream to consider. We'll probably still have a Wednesday stream. The game goes live on a Wednesday, then that'll be the same stream. We will look at, obviously we'll react to some FPL price reveals that I won't be surprised if it starts happening by the end of this week. A few price reveals start coming out. And then obviously from there we'll start like rotation videos, budget videos, stuff like that will start kicking in from there onwards. So we'll see how it goes. Content for now, for the moment, is just weekly, one video a week, and then once the game is out, a lot more content can come after that. So yeah, that's basically kind of what I wanted to cover. Thank you, Andy, for joining, and to Rush. Shout out to Rush as well. Looking forward to having him back on. And FPL Cortex as well. Hope you are doing well, and thank you for joining as well. And anyone else who's been watching in the background, I seen the numbers like going up and down. So anyone else who's been watching in the background, thank you very much. Make sure to smash that like button. Also smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And I will be live. Look out for this. Which one? John Arias. Yes, we'll definitely keep an eye out for that as well. And I'll be live next Wednesday for now, unless the game comes out on a Monday or a Tuesday, then we'll be live on that day instead as well. So definitely want to keep an eye out for in terms of the game coming out, and we'll do maybe I'll do some shorts, YouTube shorts for price reactions. If the prices do come out, we'll probably do some YouTube shorts. I need to experiment more with that anyways. So yeah, want to keep an eye out for. Thanks, man, and everyone add to the chat. Yes, indeed. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you all next week. Best of luck, everyone. Peace out.